2018 GSL Season 3. This is Rock Shield.
I've got that lightning in my veins. I'm feeling so.
We've got one more best of 3 tonight. Neeb versus aLive.
Yes. Neeb versus aLive. America against Korea. A preview of GSL versus World, except aLive won't be there.
That's right. This is like the appetizer before the big meal. Can Neeb do it? Can he move on to the top 16? He's looking pretty sharp. Dark is already out of this group. He's not a factor anymore. aLive had some pretty long, dramatic, and exhausting games. He's going to have to pull it together now to take on the Neebster himself.
Yeah, the Neebster.
Yeah.
He is, I'm hoping he can really bring his PBT here.
The Neebius Maximus Aurelius.
Could be a dangerous one. You see Neeb, though, he's kind of smirking.
Yeah, he knocks
so
on the door.
funny,
He says, Neeb, Neeb, who's there? Okay, guys, we're going to start this on Acid Plant. In this best of 3, the winner moves on to the round of 16. The loser is out of the GSL Code S. Now it's time for these American casters to cast this American player on this American-made
Match
game.
1. Fight. Team Neeb. Titan EX1, aLive.
Exciting stuff here. Can our American make it out?
We gotta believe
I pledge allegiance to Neeb,
to the Neeb
of the United States of America, and to the Protoss, for which he stands, one nation, under flash, sometimes invisible, with war prisms and zealots for all.
Amen, brother.
Amen.
Wow. Let's see what Neeb does here. I do feel that, like, even though we've already seen 2 best of 3s of them, I don't feel like that was really indicative of really where Neeb's at. Like, Neeb smashed Losira so handedly.
Yeah.
And the games were so short against Dark. That
Yeah, they were pretty short. Yeah. And Dark, I mean, Dark looked really good.
Yeah.
Dark does that to people. He does have that ridiculous win rate against non-Korean players. For whatever reason.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, actually. He's like a non-Korean killer.
Yeah. Which would make him a Korean killer.
Yeah.
He's Korean and kills.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way to put it, too. Both are correct, Artosis.
Yeah.
Okay. The cybernetic score is on the way here. Neeb, definitely somebody who has a really, really deep understanding. I mean, Neeb really is on this kind of genius level of StarCraft 2. He's had some of the craziest late game. He's already had success in Korea before.
Yeah.
Back when nobody was, really able to make a dent in the Korean scene. And I know this tournament's very important to him. GSL is, if you're worth your chops in anything in StarCraft 2 as a pro, if you want to get that GSL win,
Yeah, absolutely.
you can quit after that.
Ooh. Definitely agree with that.
Starport.
And, it's interesting because Neeb, I think, is a very smart player, and he thinks very well about the game, and of course he's mechanically very good too. I mean, you wouldn't have won as many tournaments as him if you didn't. But I feel like aLive gets in trouble when it comes to that. I feel like mechanically he's quite good. Like, he's really fast, good at multitasking, his aggression's oftentimes good, but sometimes the decision-making will bite him in the butt.
Yeah, sometimes he makes questionable moves where it just doesn't seem like it was really that mapped out. There's one adept over here. He's going to try to get that SCV.
That's
right.
It's one SCV, but
I don't know if that's worth it, losing the adept there.
Now look at this. This is a really clever build from aLive.
Yeah.
Because now that the Hellions are out and he's killed that first one, Neeb will put a wall at the front to make sure he does not die. But there's going to be a 4 Hellion drop into the main base, and it's going to kill all his probes.
Yeah. He's going to come right out.
He's just not going to see it unless the Oracle randomly... Like, the Oracle might sit back and play defensive for a moment. Not sure.
There's actually 2 Cyclones coming along with us. Oh my God.
This
Are you
is
serious?
super lucky. Well, not super lucky. He's obviously super
super
smart.
unlucky
Okay,
now.
that's super unlucky. But he goes back with it. That's important because, like, if the Oracle went out right now, game would be over.
Okay. You see is that the drop is starting here, and it's not going to end up doing anything. That starport is pretty far out, by the way, so that's kind of annoying. There's always a chance that aLive is going to have to move that later on. But yeah, there's really no way that he can drop and do that much damage here. I guess when he sees that the Oracle's not there, he tries again, but of course the 2 Oracles come back and he has to leave.
Well, Cloak Banshee on the way. I don't expect that to do too much. He is going to go and look for that starport again, and he finds it, sees that Cloak being researched, so can play very carefully because of that. Okay, this is where he turns him on, and then the Cloak finishes, and he has no energy to detect it. Nah, it's he knows that Cloak couldn't have started
Okay, you shut that out.
long ago.
Cyclone's coming up here to poke over at this 3rd expansion. Neeb doing a pretty good job, by the way, just coming out and driving away these Hellions. He does need to get over here and get rid of these Cyclones, though. And maybe aLive overstayed his welcome here.
Yeah,
this was a little bit too
actually.
ambitious.
Yeah, the shading forward's quite nice, and oh, good thing he had that terrain there to unload onto.
Good pickup to just cancel that attack.
Yeah, really good.
Okay, well now these Cyclones are isolated on the map, and Neeb's going to come here and crush through that. 2 Hellions try to come in, but Neeb's defense is so good.
Neeb is so fast.
I mean, aLive is getting wrecked everywhere. This, honestly, guys, this early game could not have gone worse for aLive, despite, I mean, look, it was actually a really smart idea, and there's nothing wrong with him trying it, but I mean, Neeb has completely stopped everything.
Yeah, he has been a brick wall so far this game for aLive. And aLive had really good ideas. Like, if that Oracle had found the medevac on its way in, I think a lot of damage gets dealt to Neeb, like a lot. I think that this was like brilliant build order choice and strategy choice here from aLive. It hasn't worked out. Neeb has been too strong. He's the gauntlet of ire, Tasteless.
Truly is. Well, this is problematic now. He's right over. I'm surprised he's not actually going for that tech lab, by the way, but okay, here we go. Now, if he gets rid of Stim,
that's big.
That's bad for Terran. Go, 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 go. Oh, wow. Okay, it actually is going to end up finishing anyways.
I think he was maybe getting a little bit low on energy there.
Yeah, I think one of them might have ran out, actually. Anyways, good save there for aLive. If you lose Stim, I mean, there's just... You can't go out on the map.
Those are the easiest victories a Protoss ever gets, is when they randomly kill your Stim upgrade.
Is probably the most important upgrade to have in the game in a lot of senses, because...
Stim and Zergling speed, I would say.
Yep. Okay, another pickup here. Neeb just slicing through, takes out those Widow Mines.
Oh, man.
Adepts coming forward. I think we might be getting close to the end here. I mean, aLive is taking such a beating. I guess with Stim done, he still has a shot to try to last here.
Good decision-making by Neeb to pull back before the SCVs got the full surround. A lot of units had come down, so...
Okay, one of those Widow Mines does connect with the Stalkers. Neeb is still kiting pretty effectively. We don't have any warping point here, so it looks like what you see is what you get with this attack.
Yeah, and he's getting Blink, a bunch of gates, +1 behind. He does have 3 bases as well, whereas aLive is just now floating his over. He's up like over 20 workers. Now... you know, as is generally the case, Terran is going to have a slightly bigger army that might be able to win heads up. Protoss has some micro a lot against this, but I feel like Neeb has enough to really deal with this. It's just like when you make both Phoenixes and Stalkers, it's kind of like overkill on the anti-air, right? So the actual ground army of your opponent is going to be really strong in comparison.
Okay, he's going to try to do a drop now. This medevac is moving out. It seems like the majority of the Stalkers are actually over here in between the 2nd base and the 3rd base. So maybe this drop's going to do a lot of damage. There's not very many pylons powering that. Oh, Neeb, you're so good.
Oh, that's an interesting 4th as well.
Look at this.
Yeah, he's actually...
Oh, he turns around. Oh, he goes back.
Well, he's kind of expecting this move, it seems. Oh my god, that's such a catch.
Oh, and it barely slips through.
Wow, and he didn't even double back, so he actually did not see it. So this drop is actually pretty scary.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to die to it, but it can get some real damage
done. This is the kind of play that aLive really needed. Okay, now he's going to come over here. And he's going to get this forge. That's actually pretty huge, taking out that attack upgrade.
Getting rid of some of the shield batteries before units get back here. Neeb is trying to get his probes up to eat the Widowmine shot. Bringing up the rest of his army now.
Doing a crazy amount of damage.
There's something else at the third base as well.
Oh yeah, we don't have it on camera. Oh, it's empty medevacs. What a twist.
Yeah, now he warps in the Stalkers and kills them. Sick.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with aLive there. Yeah, that is an interesting fourth base location, by the way, Artosis.
Yeah,
kind of right out in the middle.
Never seen anyone take a fourth there. Well, I mean, the drop from aLive was pretty decent, and then he lost both medevacs that he sent in maybe to force a recall on the other side, and I like the idea of trying to force a recall out there because that's going to allow you to maybe do some more damage on your next fly-in, but he has lost a lot of units. That's the part that's a bit tough here.
Yeah, you know, the attack was pretty good, but unfortunately, aLive wasn't able to cut his losses. I mean, he did lose a decent amount of medevacs. We're seeing Neeb outgrow him army-wise. Economically, excuse me. It's still kind of at the same pace here, but Neeb does have another base up and is beginning to get more probes there to saturate that.
His double forge spinning. The armory is coming up right now for aLive, so he can continue his upgrades. It's a bit later, though, so that's tough.
Okay, little adept harass here. Doing a decent amount with just a small number of units, taking out these SCVs. Wow. And we're really waiting. Okay, this is actually doing way more than I thought it was going to do.
Yeah.
It's eventually take it out, though. So how does aLive really get a fourth base? You know, PvT is kind of funny in that both of the players are trying to expand it around the same time when the armies kind of collide into each other, and it's not like one player is really necessarily the defender or the offender.
Yeah.
So Neeb just getting bigger and bigger. This is going to be more of a problem here for aLive.
Yeah, especially as he's going to have 4 Colossus here shortly with Thermalance, and that's pretty insane.
Okay, here we go. Pushing down now, and it seems like aLive is actually debating coming out on the map.
Yeah, and aLive just kind of blindly went into Ghosts, which isn't necessarily bad. The Ghosts are always a good unit, but they don't really counter Colossus.
Not really, no. In fact, it almost seems like Neeb was more comfortable. Okay, he's actually going to go back down. I thought he might try to come up there and just fight the army itself.
I believe Recall should be just about ready again, so...
Yeah, he might be able to come in here, poke out a base, and then just return home.
Yeah, he's literally just going to kill that in like 2 seconds.
Okay, well, I think he's realizing that he can actually, with the time he has, do this pretty efficiently.
Yeah, and aLive actually turned around, then turned around again. So...
Yeah, aLive is fidgeting a little bit too much on the map here, and I think this means Neeb can come through. Yeah, I mean, the damage that Neeb is doing is coming out so quickly that I don't know if aLive's going to be able to compensate for this, and there's really no way that you can't get up on top of those barracks, especially with Blink and Colossi just walking up onto the high ground.
Indeed. Nothing really left here for aLive. He's trying to counterattack and do a ton of damage, but he's going to lose everything, and then Neeb can recall.
Yeah.
And Neeb has enough to make another Nexus and all that.
Neeb is fine trading like this. And yeah, I mean, he's just going to recall. He's going to, I mean, basically there's no more SCVs that I can see here for Terran. Apparently there's 24 somewhere on the map. I guess that must be at that, what was the third base.
Look how many Stalkers he has, by the way. Stalker Colossus is back for real.
Yeah. It's like an old school unit comp here.
It really is. 36 Stalkers and 4 Colossus. Wow.
So there's all the SCVs remaining. That's going to be it. GG. Neeb takes game 1 in a commanding fashion.
Yeah, and I thought aLive opened really well. It was like very smart, but Neeb was just so good defensively. And that could make it hard for aLive as well. I've never been a huge fan of his late game. He's very much a mid-game player in my opinion.
I agree. Well, Neeb's looking great. He's got to win one more game, though, to go on to the round of 16.
He is close, though. And if he does get to that round of 16, you know, the only foreigner we've had in many years get to the round of 16 is Scarlet. But now we have Raynor this season. We might have Neeb as well.
I would love that.
Wouldn't that be sick if we have, like, so many round of 16 foreigners? The group selection is going to get more and more interesting.
It really is. But look, it's not done yet. aLive's a great player. He can still try to come back. We're going to go to the map 16-bit. And if aLive wins there, then we will go to Eastwatch. But aLive is going to have to bring a much higher level game to take on a player like Neeb.
All right. 16-bit. You do have a pretty free expansion here. I think Neeb should be feeling really good about this map.
I think so. Okay, our map is now loading up. Neeb versus aLive, game 2. Let's go.
Match 2, fight. Ting, Neeb.
His Neeb's mouth moving.
Titan EX1, aLive.
He's talking. You ever talk to yourself while you play?
If you count blurting out curse words, then yeah.
Yeah, that's me too.
I don't know if that's talking to myself, but
It's more talking to my opponent.
yeah, just screaming profanity. I don't know if that really counts
Yeah.
as talking to yourself. I do know some players that do talk to themselves, though.
Yeah. You just saw Neeb as one of them.
That's right. So here comes that scouting probe. Again, aLive, we should mention, too, there was a hidden starport in Game 1. He did want to try to come in there and drop some Hellions, and Neeb shut it down pretty damn fast. I think we might see a little bit more of an ordinary game here from aLive this time around.
Yeah. At this base, you have that very easy to take expansion in the back, so...
Yeah.
If you try to get aggressive here, it almost doesn't even make sense. Like, the more of a mid-game or late-game push is going to make more sense.
Yeah.
So both of them just taking their expands. We'll have to see where aLive wants to go, because I feel like Neeb is just going to go Stargate again. You don't need to mix it up, especially here. Stargate's going to be your best choice on this map, because anything else is like, if aLive just sits in 2 base and you're like, you go Twilight or something, it's like, well... If he just sits up there, your Twilight does nothing. It would have to be like a defensive Twilight.
Yeah, I do feel that Neeb doesn't actually have to do anything special here. I think in a lot of ways, he almost plays like he's a top-tier macro Zerg. Neeb does, you know,
Yeah,
where
a little bit.
he kind of just watches what they're doing at a distance and says, okay, he's like adjusting a few dials on a board, just making sure that he's pretty much ahead, he's pretty much safe.
Yeah.
Neeb's a guy who seems to be much more interested in trying to circumvent what you're doing than him having some kind of specialized plan going into this. He's a very reactionary player, and sometimes those are the scariest kind of players.
Yeah. That's how he's done very well in the past as well. You know, just being able to kind of weather the storm no matter who he's against.
Yeah. And again, he's very comfortable in late game.
Yeah.
Okay, this Reaper is finally killed off here. And we have an Oracle coming out now. Now, we have a Widow Mine over here, and there's a Medevac coming. Let's see if he hides the Widow Mine anywhere sneaky.
Might just go for a very quick mine drop. It's possible.
Well, it looks like it with that the Medevac coming here. Now, if the Oracle's on the other side of the map, that's going to be pretty annoying there for Neeb. I mean, that could get some decent kills.
Yeah, he is making a Cyclone, so, like, I don't mind if he tries to immediately go for a drop, but mine drops kind of went out of style a little bit when the patch came that made them visible once they've shot.
Yeah.
Because
well, you don't have any
you're never going to win with this, right?
Yeah.
Like, once upon a time, you could get damage.
But, you know, if it's a build from a different time period, sometimes this can throw a player off.
Yeah.
Now, the Cyclones here, that will easily drive away the Oracle.
So, no damage there. But here comes the drop. Look at that. He's pretty darn ready for it.
Okay, is Neeb watching? And... oh, my God!
Hey,
oh, my God.
that was good by aLive. Some good burrow and unburrow.
Okay, beautifully done here, though. The Oracle is going to take out the rest of those Marines before being shot down. Okay, that was an interesting exchange.
Yeah, I thought that went all right for aLive.
Yeah.
And he actually misses the tag as well. And now look at this. 3 Cyclones coming across the map. I guess there's some Phoenixes being made, and maybe he can warp in some Stalkers, but aLive's keeping on some nice pressure. Look at this. He's going to try to keep him back so there's not as much at the front for the Cyclones.
Okay, coming back in. But with the 2 Adepts and that Stalker, he's going to be driven out. But as Zertosis was saying, the real story is these Cyclones, they're headed up here to the 3rd base. It doesn't seem like there's, at least for now, anything here to defend.
Yeah, he's going to be able to take down that Pylon, which means no shield battery, which basically means that, you know, he's got to get... his Oracles are on the other side. Crazy
counterattack over here.
Yeah.
Neeb's decided to just start gunning down SCVs, and this is actually a lot more damage being inflicted here on aLive than Neeb really suffered back at home.
so definitely a very good point, but he loses his third Nexus, so you have to kill a lot of SCVs to make up for that.
Okay, Neeb is not phased by these Cyclones. He's going to keep targeting SCVs. Now, Neeb's on 2 Nexuses, whereas aLive is on 3 command centers, but suffering a lot of losses here. Looks like that Oracle is finally out of energy, and it will be shut down. But where does Neeb want to take this game? He's remaking his Nexus. He's also making more, or he was making an Oracle. He just canceled it.
Oh, did he cancel it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's getting into his Twilight and Forge now, adding a couple sentries for a bit of safety.
Okay, he's avoiding those Cyclones. He could try to come in here and kill off a few more of these SCVs. I mean, Neeb...
Yeah, and right now these kills really stack because he did kill so many already.
Yeah, this is kind of a funny game that we've got here. PvTs don't normally start out looking like this. These guys have both taken blows right away. And, I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, he is really making it work with a small number of Phoenixes. It's something. I mean, aLive has to respect it. He has to respond accordingly. And from here, it seems like Neeb is just going to comfortably try to expand again, get more gateways up, get the Robo out.
Yeah. This is a little bit scary, though. When aLive does move out, Stim, and a bunch of bio, like, there's nothing good against that. In fact, you can see Neeb kind of realizing, oh, this isn't the best scenario. He's going to go into Glaives. Like, when you get Glaives in a situation like this, I feel like it's desperation Glaives a lot of the time, right? Like, you're going to try to hold on. In fact, he might try to go kill him with it, with the counterattack.
One thing about aLive, especially with his Cyclones, he likes to be out on the map. Maybe he's hoping aLive's going to be too aggressive, and suddenly Neeb just crushes through it. But I think you're right about that analysis with the Glaives Zaratosis. But aLive's already pushing out, and this attack's going to basically start before Glaives are even a real factor.
Yeah. This is tough. He's going to have to work in a lot of units here at home. Okay. Making a fake Colossus, trying to throw him off a bit.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like aLive is phased, though. Oh, maybe he is.
Yeah.
It looks like he actually... It did freak him out.
He might go for a Mind Drop here, but I think Neeb might have saw. Okay. The Prism going around.
You can see aLive scanning himself saying, is there an observer over me? The fake Colossus is still out there. We don't know for sure if that's why aLive backed up, but it certainly looks like it.
It could have been. And he went Colossus Stalker last game, so it wouldn't surprise aLive.
Yeah, super Brady move there by Neeb.
Indeed. Now, with this Prism going out, we just saw 4 Adepts warped in. I don't know if that was for the Prism. Okay, this is huge. What a moment for aLive.
Huge catch there.
Oh my god. Because, like, when you see he just finished +1 in Glaives, if you get in there and warp in 7-8 Adepts, you might kill half their SCVs, you know, maybe even more.
Yeah.
So that was a big, big catch by aLive. aLive's really bringing it this game.
Yeah, well, he's a great player, man. You can never count out aLive here. Okay, again, these Cyclones are getting so much value out here. They're continuing to just take out those Phoenixes on the map. We're now down to the final 2 Phoenixes, which is basically the bare minimum for anything you want to harass. But that's going to get cleaned up there as well. Beautifully done by aLive. We don't have a 4th base on either side. It seems like for the time being, both players are just powering up. Okay, that was weird.
Yeah,
that was a weird one to watch. Now, Glaives are up. So these Adepts are going to be a lot stronger. He's coming out now. The Cyclones are in the middle of the map.
Yeah, they would be actually a little bit helpful here.
Does Protoss have enough? Looks like he wants to try to shade through here.
Ooh, that shade isn't very good.
Okay.
She shaded pretty far away. If he had shaded on top of the army, he actually might have killed the whole thing.
It seems like aLive is respecting it. He's going to back up. Another shade coming through here, right on top of that army. Cyclone's in a counterattack, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And here we go. The Adepts and the Stalkers are separated from the army. But I think this might just be too much.
Yeah, it definitely could be. 22 SCVs already falling right now. The Cyclones are actually doing massive damage on the other side. If only aLive could hold.
Yeah, it seems like this is going to be too much. I mean, as we've seen in several games before, if he can stand on top of the production like that for too long, everything that's Terran is going to be taken out. SCVs being pulled. A force field to try to lock out these Marauders so the SCVs can get killed off a little bit more easily here by Neeb.
Yeah, Neeb having to back up. His attack will not end up like ending the game, I guess, but he killed a lot of SCVs here.
Yeah. Well, that was beautifully done. Now, it's only 20 workers remaining here for aLive, where it's 42 here for Neeb. But aLive immediately lashes out on the map, taking out a few more of those Stalkers.
He's making 2 Reapers right now.
Huh.
Did you see how far those jumped?
That was crazy.
What the hell? Did they jump from behind the barracks down onto the low ground? What did I just see? Somebody clipped that real quick.
That was pretty crazy. What do you think is
My
the deal
God.
with getting 2 Reapers there,
They did
though?
the long jump.
Does he just think that the Protoss army's small enough he can try to spread things out here and there?
I don't, like, maybe he wants to jump in for harassment, or
Yeah, I guess.
maybe he wants the grenades to juggle. Those are the only 2 things it could be. Right? Yeah, I guess he's going to jump in, force units back, then hit another location.
He's got to be careful.
Neeb's like, what the hell? And then they jump way out over the minerals. Like, oh.
Okay, the Liberator. This is all here to draw the Protoss' army more into the main so that aLive can try to poke out. aLive's trying to equalize this.
Yeah, some decent harassment going down. Psystorm is ready, so that is definitely a game changer.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, this
oh my
army's-
God, move command.
But Psystorm's in that prism, so
Yep, great storms there, driving the Terran back into the abandoned 4th base over here. Oh my God, brutal play.
yeah.
Okay, he's going to try to come in here and drop, but oh, Neeb, I think
Nothing
Neeb's
left.
basically done it.
Yeah. Hold on, the 2 Reapers, they're getting their revenge. I think we're only for scouting
That's
her
right.
again.
Oh, there it is, GG. Well, Artosis, I guess it's a good day to be an American.
America wins again.
America wins today. All right, Neeb is definitely happy with those games.
Yeah.
Great play. He's going to go on to the round of 16.
He 4-0s after getting 2-0'd by Dark, so good on him, and we have another non-Korean in the next round.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congrats to Neeb. He's got to be so happy. And hey, aLive, he had some good games, but you can just see why Neeb has had so much success as of late.
Well, you know what? aLive, it's too bad. He sometimes has strokes of brilliance and does very well, but I guess tonight a little bit too hard for him. Dark and Neeb, you know, I mean, both of them are so good in tournament champions and stuff, so what can you do?
All right. Neeb has done it, everybody. This is a good season here
네,
for this
첫
GSL.
코드S에서
Gonna be quiet now.
16강에 진출하는 저력을 보여줬습니다. 닙 선수에게 축하의 박수 부탁드립니다.
First code S, to his first
네,
time in
먼저
round 16.
닙
Give it up for
선수
Neeb.
16강 진출 소감부터 간단히 들어보겠습니다.
So congratulations for making up to round of 16, and how do you feel about it?
I feel really good because I lost my first match pretty convincingly versus Dark, and I didn't think I played that well, so I thought I was going to maybe even lose to Losira or aLive in the decider match. So I'm honestly still really nervous. I can't believe I won.
첫 번째 세트에서 너무 굉장히 일방적으로 져서 좀 긴장도 많이 했고, 그래서 황강호 선수한테도 질 거라고 생각했고 한익서 선수한테도 질 거라고 예상을 했는데 이기게 돼서 굉장히 기분이 좋다고 합니다.
그렇군요. 자, 먼저 좀 더 듣기 전에 닙 선수에 대한 정보를 드리자면 WCS 서킷 4위에 랭크되어 있는 선수로 GSL은 지난 시즌이 첫 도전이었습니다. 그리고 두 번의 도전 만에 32강에 올라온 건데요. GSL 대 더월드를 2년 연속으로 참가하는 대표 해외 선수입니다. 자, 질문 드려보겠습니다. GSL은 어떤 계기로 참가하게 된 건지 마이크 좀 더 가까이 붙여서 이야기해달라고 부탁해 주시죠.
So this is your second time coming to GSL, and why did you made up your mind to participate in this tournament?
It's just been a dream of mine because ever since I was just a fan of StarCraft 2, back when I was in school, I always watched GSL in the morning. So I just always wanted to play and compete with the best players. And I've won a bunch of WCS tournaments and stuff, but this honestly means more to me.
스타크래프트 그냥 팬이었을 때도 GSL을 굉장히 즐겨보는 시청자였고 선수 생활을 하면서도 굉장히 로망이었다고 말씀하셨는데 아무리 세계대회에서 많이 이겼어도 이 GSL에서 이렇게 이긴 것은 굉장히 의미가 크다고 합니다.
네, 첫 경기에서 굉장히 긴장해서 아쉬움이 있었던 것 같은데 그렇다면 오늘 16강은 예상하고 오셨는지 질문해 주시죠.
So you seemed nervous on the first match. Did you expect to go up for the round of 16, or how do you think about today?
I honestly thought my gameplay was good enough to advance to the round of 16 just based on skill alone, and I think my group was one of the easier groups for me at least. So I kind of hoped to beat Dark in the first match, so I was really disappointed after that.
Okay. 일단 32강 조 중에서 가장 할만한 조라고 생각을 했었고 사실은 첫 번째 매치에서 박여우 선수를 이길 거라고 생각을 했는데 져서 조금 예상 외였지만 네, 16강 올라갈 수 있을 거라고 예상했다고 합니다.
네, 박용우 선수도 이길 것이라 생각을 하셨다고 하네요. 자, GSL에서 해외 선수들의 활약이 많은 요즘인데요. 닙 선수의 목표는 무엇인지 들어볼까요?
So these days a lot of foreign players are doing good in GSL and what's your goal in this tournament?
My goal coming into this was just to qualify at first and then to make it to the round of 16. So, I mean, I don't really have a goal, just to make it as far as I can go.
네. 일단 먼저 예선을 통과하고 16강을 진출하는 것이 목표였었기 때문에 일단 그 목표는 이뤘고 또 이제 지금은 더 높이 올라가는 것만이 목표라고 하네요.
네, 자 GSL 대 더월드에도 해외 대표로 참가하는 또 닙 선수입니다. 작년에 유일하게 이 한국인 선수를 꺾고 8강에 올라갔던 선수가 바로 이 닙 선수였는데요. 이번 GSL 대 더월드 어떤 각오로 임하실 건지 질문해 주시죠.
So you're the only foreign players from the last GSL versus the world who won over Korean players, right? So what are your goals from upcoming GSL versus the world?
I think this year it's changed a lot since last year. I think Cyril is by far the best non-Korean. Like he's like at the same level as the top Koreans. So we're all kind of just hoping Cyril can go as far as he can. Cyril?
네, 세라 선수가 지금 한국 선수들만큼 잘한다고 생각을 하기 때문에 작년이랑 다르게 올해는 조금 더 높이 올라갈 수 있을 거라고 생각한다고 합니다.
네, 해외 팀의 또 선전을 기대해 보겠습니다. 자, 오늘 GSL 팬들에게 마지막으로 하고 싶은 이야기가 있는지 들어볼까요?
So any last words for GSL fans?
I haven't been doing so good recently. I've kind of had a bunch of disappointing results. So thank you all for cheering for me, even when I haven't been playing so well or performing so well.
네, 잘 플레이가 원활하지 않았을 때도 그리고 잘 했을 때도 끊임없이 응원을 해준 팬들에게 감사함을 전하고 싶다고 합니다.
네, 다시 한번 닙 선수에게 뜨거운 박수 부탁드립니다. 지금까지 닙 선수 만나봤는데요. 오늘 F조 경기 결과 확인해 보겠습니다.
Neeb Day. Where were you the day that Neeb got to the round of 16?
To be honest, I don't think we should add a new national holiday called Neeb Day. I think that we should just change one of the stupid days of the week to Neeb Day.
Okay. All right.
Like, is anyone really that attached to Thursday? It's a stupid
That's a
name.
stupid
There's
day.
already another
Call
day
it
with
Neeb
T.
Day. Yeah.
There's already... Well, we need 2 T days? No. Neeb Day.
Neeb
okay?
Day.
So, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday,
Neeb
Neeb
Day,
Day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And you know what?
We could even...
Neeb Day is such a good day, it's a weekend day now. So now you got 4 days of the week. You got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then you got a 3-day weekend that's split by 1 day by Friday. So you got Neeb Day, Saturday, Sunday for your
Go
weekend.
to our favorite restaurant. Thank God it's Neeb Days. All right. And we're not done. We have more North American representation.
That's right.
They're
Tomorrow.
special. Pointing to his huge brain, saying, I'm thinking about how I'm going to take on these other Korean players.
Well, it's a hard group. 3 of the top 4 from BlizzCon and Keen.
Woo, that's a crazy group.
Yeah, Keen's super duper duper good too, and he keeps getting unlucky in the round of 32 and hitting literally like only champions generally eliminate him. It's been a tough few months for Keen, or year for Keen, or few years for Keen, or however you want to look at it, because he is legit very strong player, and I think around a 16 caliber for sure. But that's a tough group, Tasteless.
All right, and of course we have more action coming up, guys. GSL versus the world is not far away. Here's our lineup of the players representing everybody outside of Korea and all the players that we normally see here in the GSL.
Yeah. And tomorrow we'll have the bracket draw. So basically after we do Group H, then we're going to go ahead and tell you guys what the tournament's going to look like.
If you want to come to any of the days for the GSL versus the world, come to our studio. But if you come to the finals, don't come to the studio. I mean, you could come down here, but the doors are going to be locked and no one's going to be here. And you know, you're a free autonomous team and you could do that. But as you can see, it's actually going to be in Itaewon at the Blue Square.
Yes. And that'll be great, no doubt. No doubt.
Okay. Another day. Another cast.
Yeah.
What a
yeah.
result. I'm so happy that Neeb moved on.
No, it's really cool to
He's-
have 2 of the non-Koreans already in the round of 16.
Yeah.
That's like over twice as much as we've had in a long time.
Yes. I don't know what else to say. I mean, Neeb's worked really hard. He definitely deserves to go to the round of 16. How far will he go, man?
Well, he could Royal Road it, just like we're talking about with Rainer.
Yeah.
It's like Neeb has won tournament in Korea
What if we
before.
end up with a situation where it's Neeb versus Rainer in the finals? We're like,
Yeah.
oh,
How do I even
okay.
choose who to cheer
yeah.
for?
You're just cheering for both of them the whole time.
Like,
Everything
guys,
that
I can't
happens is
cast
good.
this. I have to go in the crowd and make a sign. It's the only way to show my appreciation for the final.
Wow. Well, I hope Special is able to pull through here tomorrow. That would be cool to have
That would be.
another NA player get far, but that's going to be tough. That group is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I was looking at the players in that group. I'm like, oh, I thought these guys were already all in the round of 16. We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
Special's a tenacious guy. He's worked very hard as well. That's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Mwah.
There's a place at the end of the
road. 2018 GSL Season 3 Rock Shear.